Sarah Ferguson, the former Duchess of York, has always been the comeback queen of Windsor, from the toe-sucking saga Scandal of the 1990s to her enthusiastic forays into daytime television and children's books. She's seemed indestructible, but now, in the late 2025s, it appears the wind beneath her wings has finally gone still. Her cohabitation with Andrew, her best friend, now stripped even of the name Prince and reduced to plain Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, is over. Royal Lodge, their shared fortress of eccentric domesticity, is lost. The palace has drawn a hard line, and this time there'll be no soft landing. And Buckingham Palace has made it clear the King's younger brother is to move into a smaller Sandringham property, and Sarah Ferguson has no place beside him. Her request for a home, even one as modest as Adelaide Cottage, recently vacated by the Prince and Princess of Wales, was rebuffed. The idea of Fergie in the Wales's old kitchen may have entertained the tabloids, but it horrified the courtiers. So now the woman who once floated through royal circles in scarlet fascinators and good humour must find her own front door unadorned by crest or crown. It's hard not to sense a note of tragicomedy. For 17 years since their divorce, Andrew and Sarah maintained what was in all but name a curious domestic alliance. Not quite marriage, not quite friendship, but a dependency of habit, nostalgia and mutual exclusion from the world they shared. Dogs, debts, and the illusion that Royal Lodge was still their family home. And now that fantasy has been dismantled brick by brick, or perhaps signature by royal decree. The practical consequences are humiliating. Her friends, we're told, have vanished. Her invitations, once as plentiful as her millinery, have dried up. Even her loyal defenders whisper that she has run out of second acts, yet Sarah Ferguson has made a career of reinvention. She went from scandal to spokesperson, from debt to daytime TV, from social exile to literary redemption. And in fairness, she did so with good humour and occasional grace, but this scandal is different. The shadow of Jeffrey Epstein, whose crimes continue to corrode reputations long after his death, hangs over her like a storm cloud that refuses to dissipate. Her emails to Epstein describing him as a supreme friend are indefensible in tone, even if later explained as a desperate attempt to appease a threatening man. The moral line between naivety and complicity is blurred. In the post-Me Too era, contrition is not enough. Proximity to a predator has become a form of guilt by association, and it is that association that makes this her so radioactive now. One might argue with a hint of sympathy that Sarah Ferguson's worst crime has always been poor judgment, not malice, not arrogance, but tone deafness. She misjudged the press, the palace, the public mood. Her financial adviser's foot. Again and again, and now, stripped of royal protection and social currency, her choices are few. Perhaps she will retreat to the familiar adage, or the familiar refuge of autobiography, Budgie the helicopter reborn as Fergie the survivor, or perhaps she will do what she's always done, find an American audience ready to forgive a British scandal so long as it is told with enough pathos and wit. There remains, though, something pitiful in this latest chapter. A woman who once stood on Buckingham Palace balcony beside Diana is now adrift, without address or title, a symbol of how the monarchy cleans house when reputational damage becomes intolerable. King Charles has made it plain. Andrew's disgrace must not pollute the institution any longer. Sarah's eviction is collateral, necessary, even merciless. And yet, it's hard, isn't it, not to feel a flicker of pity for her. Unlike Andrew, she has tried, however clumsily, to acknowledge fault, to show contrition, but the British establishment has no patience left for her brand of chaotic candour. The monarchy under Charles is managerial, unsentimental, and allergic to scandal. Sentimentality and second chances are luxuries of a bygone court. If history is any guide, Sarah will attempt one more return. She always does, as Netflix beckons. There's a Netflix docu-series there, a memoir entitled Still Standing, or a children's sequel in which Budgie the helicopter learns about forgiveness and flight paths. Yet one suspects the palace will tolerate none of it. The drawbridge has been raised. the moat filled, the guest list shredded. In the end, perhaps Sarah Ferguson's fate is that of a perennial exile, not in a foreign land, but in her own country's imagination, too scandalous for respectability, too familiar for curiosity, and like Budgie, she may still be flying, but this time without clearance from any tower at all.